Alexa, stop. Hello. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome in. I'm gonna grab my cup. I'll be right back. Hello. Hi, Lori the Story. I literally was like, oh my gosh, I was watching Lindsay's stream and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm supposed to be live right now. Hi, Andrea. Fluff Nugget. Shake it up, Betty. You're working 2 streams at once. Hi, Yoo-hoo. I was going to grab my cup. Hang on one second. I don't think I have anything to drink in it anyway, but let me go grab it. My cup was empty. Hi, Bevy. You have a pet rock? Does that count? Sure. Let me fix this. There we go. Hi. How are we all doing tonight? We are live from the pet store. I got a last minute run. I have not reset any inventory, so my shelves look terrible. But it was a good day, and we'll take it. So it's good to see you guys. Golden Freddy, hello. Andrea, do you work today? It's nice to have you here because you will understand a lot of what we talk about. If you responded, it doesn't make sense. Understood. Yep, completely understood, Lori. So I haven't counted the drawer. I haven't done nothing. I have spent between customers today and I'm hot now out here. It's cool in the back, but I have spent the last 3 hours fighting with a video editing software. Like I paid $60 for, and it won't let me log in. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're off till Friday? Nice. Yoo-hoo's here. I wish I was off till Friday. I'm working every day. Every day. I appreciate you guys coming over and saying hello and joining the chat. This is a little different than my Disney content that I do. Oh, your pet rock's name is Skip? He isn't a good swimmer. I get the joke. Oh, you worked the last 2 days? I actually remember the 70s when pet rocks were a thing and you could actually buy pet rocks in the store. It's like nowadays we just make our own, you know, get a Sharpie and draw on it and there's your pet. But yeah, this stream will be together, you know, I always set aside like an hour. I thought we would do this about once a month. I think that will be plenty. Somebody is pulling up to my store. I'm technically closed, but if they need dog food, I might have to let them in. But there's a sushi place next door and a Chinese food restaurant, so they might be going there. But me and the jewelry store, we both close at 7. So, but I thought we would do this about once a month, and I could just be here to answer any pet related questions you have in the food and nutrition line. I do have to let you all know I am not a licensed veterinarian, okay? So I do not give medical advice. If you ask me something and I think you need to see your vet about it, that's what I'm going to tell you to do, okay? But if you have any issues, last month we had lots of cat questions. Hi, Tracy. I just saw you over on Lindsay's stream. Of course, I'm repping Disneyland today here at the pet store. But yeah, so last month we talked about cats and cat nutrition, and I remember there were a lot of questions about stones and that sort of thing. Skip eats his Fruity Pebbles. Where do you you get all these jokes, Fluff Nugget? That's hilarious. But if y'all have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Yes, exactly. No medical advice, just recommendations. That's all we can do. Otherwise, we can just chat. I was just in Disney on Monday. I still haven't recovered. I need to sleep. Sleep would be my friend right now. I've been running ever since I got home. So I got home late Monday night, I rolled in at like 3 in the morning. It was like 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. Oh, you're under your husband's YouTube. Oh yeah, and your subscriber always lurking. Okay, I can remember your name, Kim. You did have a question on your last stream with pets and started giving oh, you're very welcome. You started giving your pets fish oil and it seemed to help. Yep. I'm glad that's helping out. I had a guy in here earlier today who was asking about fish oil for his pets. He had his dog had extremely dry skin. So we recommended the fish oil for him, as well as changing his diet. Oh, they're going to we play a game here. It's like, are they going to go get sushi or Chinese food? And looks like they're going to get Chinese food. I've got my door locked, so we won't get any unexpected visitors, but I do have people who come up sometimes and pull on the door handles. But yeah, Kim, I'm very happy that helped you. So I would take you guys on a little tour of the store, but I haven't reset anything. So my toy wall looks terrible. My harness wall looks terrible. I know, go to bed. I so need to go to bed. I gotta go home and feed my own dogs. And what all do I have going on? I have laundry to fold. I was watching Lindsay. I was just all into her stream back there between customers, and I was like, oh, it's 7. I think I'm supposed to be live right now. Let's see, what kind of customers have we had in today? I haven't had too many puppies. I did get to meet 2 dogs today, a German Shepherd mix and a Lab mix, and they were just sweet. The German Shepherd, like, boom, like he was like, hi, poof. Renee's here. Hello. Renee, have you gotten any rest? Boy, you had a busy weekend. It was wedding weekend. Yeah, this is the store. Okay, if y'all don't judge the fact that there's no inventory, that'll all be reset tomorrow. I can give you a little tour. So this is my pet store. Let me turn the camera. And hey, Villain Fan. Oh, I picked up my pin from the post office this morning. So thank you so much. Do I have a recommendation for a first aid cream on a dog that has a couple scratches from scratching themselves? Sure, I do. In fact, let me show you a product. So this is my little, I don't have a lot of supplements, but I do have one. But this product right here is Lubricin HA. Okay, you'll find this on Amazon. It's an advanced wound gel with hyaluronic acid. You will love this. It's great for wounds, scrapes, abrased skin. You can use it on dogs, cats, as well as livestock. It's made right here in Kentucky. At my store, it retails for $19.99, and it will work great. So that would be my pick for you, would be the Lubricin. Now this Lubricin here is a joint supplement. So the rescue you donate to and follow Hannah received a mom that gave birth a few days later. 7 puppies. Now she just rescued another stray mama, and she's, oh my goodness, lots of puppies. But yeah, so that is what I would recommend. So you have calf kings, that need to lose about 12 pounds. Yes. Okay. Gurgling Suitcase, do they prefer to eat wet food or dry food? What do they usually eat? See, my walls look terrible, you all. Yeah, let me start there. And then let me also ask you, do they have any other health conditions? Like, do they have kidney failure, liver problems, anything like that? But yeah, this is it. This is where I work every day. I like to say we're small but mighty. We're trying to get stocked for Christmas and I just can't keep up. Dry and some wet. Okay. All right. So, as long as they don't have any allergies or anything like that, our number one seller, oh, you guys hear Lindsay? That's Lindsay in my back room on my laptop screaming. She must be on Guardians. As long as they don't have any like chicken allergies or anything like that, this is my preferred food for weight management right here. It's from a brand called From, okay, F-R-O-M-M, and this is their weight management gold. They have this in either a regular size or a large breed size, but what I like about this, first of all, From is made in the USA. It does not have any wheat, corn, or soy in it, okay, so it's not going to trigger any grain allergies. But if you look at the guaranteed analysis, it's, first of all, it's primarily turkey, chicken. Okay, so, it's like your typical poultries. Your calories per cup are 334. But most importantly, you've got a decent protein level at 25%, but your fat content is only 10%, and your fiber is 10%. Now, comparing that to another dog food, like, for example, this one here, this is like From's pork and peas. It has a higher protein content, but look at that. The fat content is 17% and your fiber is only 6.5%. So if you're looking for weight loss, the From Gold Weight Management, that'll do the trick for you. You can't buy this on Amazon. You'll need to go to your local store, but you can go to From's website, which is fromfamily.com. and put in your location, and they'll tell you where a store is. You can also purchase directly through them. I don't really do a ton of shipping here myself, so I can't really sell it to you, but that would be what I would recommend. The other brand we have, and it looks like I'm down to just one bag of it right now. I've got some more coming in tomorrow, is Natural Balanced, has this food here, and it's literally called Fat Dog. Natural Balanced Fat. They have a fat dog and a fat cat. And we have had customers have very good results with both of these foods. Natural Balance, you can actually pick up at your Petco or PetSmart. I'm going to tell you to go to a local small pet store that might carry it, because both of these brands also have a frequent buyer program that you can do through the independent pet stores that Petco and PetSmart don't have. Okay, so you can end up getting free bags of dog food, which is kind of nice in this economy. So From is my number one pick on their weight management, but the Fat Dog is also another good help. And then of course, take them for walks as much as you can. If they like to swim, I don't think calves like to swim, but toss the ball, get a laser pointer. Okay, that's how I do it, so I can be lazy. Dogs and cats love laser pointers. So, I use my laser pointer and Opal runs after it, and then I don't have to move. So I hope that helps as far as the weight management goes. There are corresponding wet foods as well. Both of those brands, Natural Balance has a wet food that's called Fat Dog. From does not have a weight management food that's wet yet, but I look for them to come out with it. Okay, I saw another question. So hope that helps. I saw another question. Do I have a recommendation for a wet food? Your dog cracked a tooth, and has to have it removed, so you need soft food for a while. So anything by From, anything. Okay, basically, it depends on Mama Sean where you're going to shop, okay? If you're going to go to an independent pet store, just, just stay away from like Alpo, Gravy Train, Imes, Purina, that kind of thing. But what I would do for a dog who just came out of dental surgery, I would probably pick up a little bit of a bland diet food, or a food that is wet but has a canned food that's a pate, that is for like digestive aids. That way, if the anesthesia and stuff, it's not gonna really sometimes they can, their tummies are affected by that sometimes, just a little, just like we are, okay? But yeah, so almost anything will do. I'll show you some of the brands that I carry. We get lots of people. It's on my face. Y'all don't need that. You're welcome, Gurgling Suitcase. So our big seller is From. Okay, we're a From dealer. That's our big seller. I also carry this food here called Dave's Bland Diet, and I have their Naturally Healthy, and I really like them. And then the other one, and I need to restock the duck. The duck flavor is what sits here. But Signature, they make a really good food too. So we've got, I would not do Taste of the Wild because that's like big chunks. But anything from, as long as it says pate, you're good. I love this brand here. It's called Waruva, but it's shreds. So if they've just had dental, probably don't want to do shreds. I also carry some Nutrisource. I carry Inception. So those are our biggies. Oh, and I'm missing Stella and Chewy's. Again, literally just closed the door. Haven't restocked a thing. So yeah, but you'll be surprised how quickly they come out of that dental, when they have their teeth pulled like that they'll be back to eating their regular food. So they just need to heal. Thanks for the question. Hope that helps you. My Opal has also cracked tooth. She actually at age 1 had to have a tooth removed, a molar. And she was back to eating her regular diet in no time. And then actually cracked another tooth. And we don't know how, because I don't give her hooves. I don't give her antlers. I don't give her anything really, really hard like that. I know everybody comes in here asking for antlers. I don't have antlers. I do have water buffalo horns. And that's not something I really like, but I get so many requests for them that, it's like, what am I going to do? You have a small local place just up the road, but good to know that someone else. Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. Just stay away from the grocery brands, but I'm the snobby dog food lady. I mean, y'all gotta realize that. I'm not a fan of Purina. I would never send you guys for Purina products. Pedigree, I don't like any of those. Little Caesars, Little Caesars should be pizza, not dog food. Hi, Jill. And actually, I think it's just called Caesars. Anyway, if you ever look at the ingredient panel on Caesars, you'll understand. And the dogs love it. They just love it. It's like junk food for dogs. You've ever asked me, but how did I come to open a pet store? Oh my goodness. Well, here's the thing. I've always been a huge pet lover. I've always had, you feed Pedigree. Sorry, Andrea. I don't like the ingredients in it. I can't lie. I don't like the ingredients in it. And I have taken so many dogs that come in with allergies off of Pedigree, and it fixes them right up. It's because of the grains that they use in the Pedigree that I don't like it. But how did I come to open the pet store? Well, I've always loved animals, always had pets. I'm like little Ellie Mae, growing up here in Kentucky. And I was working in corporate America in the training and development industry, and I knew that my company was getting ready to go under. I mean, I could just see it. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do something, now's the time. So I did about a year's worth of prep and a lot of praying and stepped out in faith. And I opened Hoof and Paw 15 years ago, and I'm still here. So I used to always say, God gives me all the special needs animals. And the reason I kind of like identified that my town needed it is we didn't have a good spot. We had a pet store. We had like one pet store here and one about 20 miles away. Other than that, you had to go to Lexington. And I was so sick of having to go to Lexington to get the good products that I like to give my dogs, like fish oil, like healthy foods. I think I was feeding Takes to the Wild back then. I was feeding and I was having to go to Lexington to get that. And I was like, my town needs a store like this. So here I am. And sure enough, 1 year after I left, the company I used to work for did go under. So it was a good decision, good move. And I've just learned, as I go. I learn something new all the time. Hi, Tim Fisher. Let's see. Kim likes to give her dogs treats, but they can't have chicken or turkey. Try to do a variety, but you want good treats. What treats do I like to give my babies? My babies will eat anything that's not nailed down. So I'm very lucky that way. With them, I watched for calories with their treats. So I like to give them sweet potatoes. I like to give them green beans, baby carrots. But packaged treats and stuff, we have a package here of, okay, my girls are also meat eaters. So we have a product called, it's chicken chips and turkey chips, and it's from Farm to Pet. I also have a company that I work with that I carry called Gaines Family Foods. And they have elk chips and beef chips. So if your dog can't have those, you could go that route. But our number one selling treats, and I'll show them to you, are from a company called Stella and Chewy's. You guys have probably heard of Stella and Chewy's. And I'm irritated at Stella and Chewy's because they're going mass market after all these years of us bringing them up and making them a huge company. Oh, they're showing up in PetSmart now. But let me show you the treats. Opal will do anything I want her to do. Oh, you're at bingo? Win big, win big. Oh yeah, Hoof and Paw. When we first opened, I used to have horses, and I also carried like horse treats and fly sprays and some liniments and things like that. But we've since kind of done away with that, but everybody knew us by then, so I kept the name Hoof and Paw. But okay, so these are the ingredients from Gaines Family Farms. These are their beef chips. There's lots of companies that sell something just like this. What I like about these is it's one ingredient. It's dehydrated beef. That's all it is. It does have, the protein is real high, the fat is real high. So if your dog was like in kidney failure or something like that, I wouldn't do these. But as long as they're healthy, they will lose their mind over these. I'm also a big fan of treats that have organ meat in them. So Stella and Chewy's, these are their beef hearts, and these are their beef liver treats. Hi, Vicky Polly. These are freeze-dried, and again, the dogs absolutely love them. The reason I like these being organ meat is because dogs really need taurine in their diet for a healthy heart. So this is just a way of giving them a little extra taurine, and it's all natural. We sell out of these every week. So these run you about $14 a bag. So Stella and Chewy's. And then their Carnivore Crunch is their freeze-dried. I had a bag of those open. I don't know what happened to them. We use them as samples and stuff here. So I guess we gave them all away. But Yeah, so these are their Carnivore Crunch. They have these in like 3 or I think 4 different flavors, and it's freeze-dried raw. So the dogs absolutely love them. And then if you have big dogs, who's got big dogs? Tracy boils beef liver for your dog from the grocery store. Yes, Tracy, that's fine. Absolutely. Just watch the quantity, okay? We, as Americans, you got to think about the size of our portions. Okay, Americans, we like big portions, okay? It's just, when you think about going to a restaurant and what we get served and all that, we eat large portions. Your dogs, therefore, we give our dogs big portions, okay? So don't love your dog to death, okay? So just make sure you're keeping a decent sized portion. They just need a little. They don't need a whole lot. It's for them, it's the thought that they got the treat, not how much of the treat they got. But yeah, your boiled liver's fine. You have a mutt who sheds constantly. Your house is covered in hair. I understand that. Surprised he's not bald. Is there anything you can give him to help him with stopping shedding? Okay, so I always say, Carol, to treat them from the inside out. Meaning you can do the shampoos and the topicals and all that, but really what's going on the inside of your dog that is causing him to shed like that? Now, some of it's going to be genetic. There are just dog breeds that shed, okay? If he has in his muttness, if he has any Corgi, if he has any Labrador or Golden Retriever in his background or Shepherd, they blow their coats, okay? That's just part of what they are. However, typically the way I like to fix or address excess shedding is 2 ways. There are some really good grooming tools out there, but most importantly, it's all about diet, okay? So you don't want his coat to dry out, all right? So you want him to be getting natural foods. Just make sure that your food doesn't have any wheat, corn, or soy, okay? And then add a fish oil of some kind to his diet. Whether you're giving him cod skin treats or whether you're picking up and using a salmon oil from your pet store that you add to their food. The oils is what we're after. Do not overbathe your dog. Okay, you don't want to overbathe them because that just dries, so that strips those oils out of the coat and causes them to shed even more. But then brushing, regular brushing with a good like slicker brush. You know, what kind of, you said he's a mutt, so probably a slicker brush. That would be how I would address that. So, hope that helps, Carol. I'm missing some of your comments. Sorry. I'm talkative. Did I come up with the name Hoof and Paw right away? Yeah, I did. Actually, I came up with the name at a horse show. We were showing our horses. And I was like, I think I'll call my store Hoof and Paw. Let's see. Okay, we talked about the boiled liver. Gonna try the beef chips. Yep. Yeah, they will love them. I promise you they will love those. Your dachshund was diagnosed with Cushing's. I'm so sorry. Any suggestion on dog food I should maybe change to? Cushing's is tough, Vicki. There's not really like a Cushing's diet. I'm thinking Cushing's affects and Andrea can help me here with this, adrenal glands, I believe, is what the Cushing's affects. I'd need to do a little bit of research. I'm thinking you don't want foods that are going to affect the adrenal glands or the liver and kidneys. I'd be looking to protect those. So I'd probably have a conversation with your vet and ask them like what they think the best diet would be for Cushing's. Because, you know, with managing, you can totally manage with Cushing's. But the diet is important, and they may want to put the dog on a vet prescription diet for that. So I would go back to your vet and say, okay, what are the things my dog needs in their diet? And then once you know the things that they need in their diet, then you can look at, okay, then what foods are going to give that to me, and then also what quantities and like what percentages, should they have more protein, should they have more fiber, fat, that sort of thing. So Cushing's is a tough one, and you might need to be on a managed diet through your vet for that. Your dogs get the same omega-3 fish oil capsules that you take. Not a problem with that. Renee, that works just fine. George has an English cream golden retriever. Oh, those are beautiful. I have a client that has one of those, and I actually saw one day at a gas station, and I was like, oh, I gotta see your dog. I gotta see your dog. She has medication and has no symptoms. Oh, good. I'm glad she doesn't have any symptoms. Yeah. But yeah, Vicki, ask your vet like what kinds of things you need to avoid in her diet, because with Cushing's, I know they're going to want to monitor that pretty closely. So, yeah. And diagnosing Cushing's is not easy. Like, thyroid. They always check on the thyroids and stuff. What are my thoughts on Fresh Pet? I don't sugarcoat. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. Okay, here's the thing. I like it and I don't like it. So I like the Fresh Pet from the perspective that giving your dog fresh food over baked kibbles is always going to be better. Okay. So real food. When you look at this food here, okay, when you look at these kibbles, this goes through a process that we call extrusion, meaning like they mix it all, they put it in the pot, they blend it, cook it down, and then they bake it. And when they bake it at these high heat temperatures, you lose nutrition, okay, or nutrients. So then they use food sprays to add the nutrients back in. Every dog food on the planet does, okay? It's not just bad dog foods or good dog foods. Every kibble, that's how it's done, okay? It's extruded. And then so you can kind of see, it's like this part of the ingredient list is probably like where the foods that they used, and then this part is all the vitamin sprays. So Fresh Pet, at least with Fresh Pet, they have, it's real food, right? So it's just been ground up, put into a pate, and shipped to a refrigerator. What I don't like about Fresh Pet is what they put in the food, okay? So every time I've looked at them, they use soy in their dog foods. Dogs do not need soy, okay? They do not need soy. They'll use some wheat sometimes, but mostly it's soy that they put in the Fresh Pet that I'm remembering. So I'm not a fan of that brand, but I'm a fan of that type. And my girls actually they do get some extruded kibble for crunch, okay, because I want that scraping their teeth. But they also get some gently cooked, okay, or raw, okay, but mostly I do gently cooked. And I use a brand that I carry here in the store. I'll either do Fromm's Bonnehill Farms, or I'll do the Stella and Chewy's. Stella and Chewy's has a product called Fresh Made, and it's in my freezer. We sell it for $10.99 a brick, and a brick will last me like 3-4 days, something like that, with 2 small dogs. And it's like literally, I'll show you. I'll read you the ingredient list. So this is this is Stella and Chewy's. Have I blended my own before? Yes, I have. And I've done like crock pot diets and everything else like that. Oops. I got a little stool, and when I fall off, it's going to be hilarious. This is Fresh Made from Stella and Chewy's, okay? It's basically a frozen brick of real food. And this one is their it's what they call chicken licker. It's chicken, carrots, butternut squash, kale, chicken liver, and apples in a juicy bone broth. And I don't think I can pull on the back side of this label, it actually has all the rest of the ingredients and stuff, but they're not putting a lot of like preservatives and chemicals and stuff like that in this because they don't need to. It's real food. So I use this. And your local pet stores will offer a frequent buyer program on this. So my girls love this. I just put it in the refrigerator, let it thaw, divide it up, and then they get their kibble, but they also get, you know, like a little dollop on top of this, and Gidget spins. She's like, yay. As soon as she hears me open the refrigerator, and, you know, like she hears the kibble go in her cup or in her bowl, and then the refrigerator opens and she comes running because she knows that she's getting her icing on top of her cake, so to speak. I know, right, Lori? It's real food. It's real food. So, and this has a pretty decent shelf life. This one here says used by January of 26. So, yeah, January? No, that's July of 26. So, yeah. Chicken, carrots, butternut squash. We have it in pork. We have it in beef. So yeah. Synthetic vitamins in dog food often to meet, yes, the AAFCO standards. However, they are not as easily absorbed and utilized by the dog. Amen. That's right. The other thing is, especially I look for in dog foods synthetic vitamin K. Don't ask me to pronounce it. I forget. It's like a really long name, and sometimes in parentheses it'll say vitamin K. But I don't like that synthetic vitamin in particular because it's been linked to cancer in dogs and cats. So, yeah, I'd rather have real food when I can. But, you know, when you're traveling or just budget, because the other thing is this stuff costs more. So, you know, and if you have 4 or 5 dogs, 3 dogs, you know, it can be, you know, you might be better off to do your own crock pot version of it. And I just use it as a supplement because that way I make sure that they get the kibble with it. But kibble, we have only had kibble in the United States a little over 100 years. And kibble only got started when America started becoming more consumerism focused, right? It was all marketing. Completely all marketing. Convenience. Kibble is all about convenience. When you really look at, like, I've been asked before to rank dog foods, the number one choice would be a raw diet, followed by a wet food diet, or a gently cooked and then wet diet. And then kibble would actually be 4th on the list. Could you cook duck and venison and put in brown rice, sweet potatoes, and some fruit for the dogs? You could. Now you're going to need some other things. There is I would add some kidney beans. I would add, you need something for calcium. Okay. And with brown rice, I'd probably use white rice over brown rice. Brown rice is fine. You just don't want to use too much brown rice because the hulls, okay? It's more of a whole grain. But, yeah, that's fine. You need something for you need some, like, what they call the brassiere vegetables. So something green. So I would either add some kale or spinach or something like that. Yeah, that'd be all right. You could do beef. You could do turkey. You could, you know, whatever your protein is, fish. Any of that, salmon's fine. Not a problem. He's 80 pounds. Yeah. There's a crock pot diet for dogs. I want to say it's Dr. Ruth. You might want to Google that, George. I think her name is Dr. Ruth, and she has a crock pot diet where she's done all the research, and it is it's completely balanced. Yeah, dog food companies are really big on using peas because peas have protein. So as long as you're not sacrificing animal protein for plant protein, then you're good to use peas. So Opal loves peas, fresh peas. Now my other dog before her hated peas, but Opal likes them. You're welcome. Yeah, you don't want to use too much plant protein You want to make sure you have a good, you're using animal protein for the most part. Every now and then I get someone who'll come into the store who's like, I'm a vegetarian or a vegan and I want my dog to be vegan too. And I'm like, no, we got to talk. It's like, that's not their physiology. They can live on a vegetarian diet, but they won't thrive on a vegetarian diet. So, all right. You guys got good questions. And I feel like I should have my music on because we have music that plays here all day. But then I realized, I was like, I can't. Your friend made doggy meatloaf ahead of time. And yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just don't put any brown sugar in it. Leave salt and sugar out of your diets for dogs that you're home cooking and stuff. Oh, and if you're baking your own cookies, you know how like all these recipes on the internet for how to make your own milk bones and stuff. That's all fine. But 99% of those recipes will say use wheat flour. I'm going to tell you to substitute oat flour. And you can get that at your local Kroger or Publix or whatever you have. You're excited for the new car slide? Me too. We got a ways to wait for that though. What do I think of Greenie's dental treats for cats? Bugsy's a tuxedo. Oh, tuxedos are so pretty. I'm fine with them. I used to not be a Greenie's fan. The Greenie's cat treats, they're kind of junk food as far as the ingredients go, but you're only giving a small amount. So I'm like, all things in good measure, in moderation, I think that's fine. Are they really going to clean their teeth? No, they're not. I tell people, we sell a brand, we don't sell Greenies here, we sell a brand called Whimsies, and I don't have I have their crunchy treats. I think I do. My cats will only eat crunchy. Oh, I'm out of them. I had to get some more in. And I just did the order today. This is what my cats eat. So these are from a company called Fruitables, and they're called Wildly Natural. And it's so funny because it's like tuna, salmon, or chicken, and they all have like chicken is the first ingredient. So they just flavor them. But my cats will only eat crunchy treats. They will not eat the soft ones, but I like these. The ingredients in these, okay, this is to give you an example. The ingredients in these are chicken meal, rice flour, barley, pea fiber, chicken broth, salmon meal, flaxseed, and then they do have a natural flavor, and then vinegar, brewer's yeast, salt, citric acid, and sunflower lecithin. That's all stuff we could eat, right? Okay. How about the Blue Buffalo Tasteful Salmon Pate? Oh, I gotta look that one up. I don't know that one, Jill. Let me look it up real fast. I'll give you honest opinions on it. And remember, everything that I'm talking about here, it's just an opinion, okay? Blue Buffalo Tastefuls Salmon Pate, okay. Let me see I'll see their ingredient list. There it is. Come on, internet. Does Disney World sell dog leashes? Every now and then we see some stuff. More at Disney Springs, George. Over at the Co-op is where I would look for that. I've seen stuff over there. They'll have like harnesses and stuff like that. I feel like I'm all up in your guys' face. All right, so the ingredient information on these. Your first ingredient, Jill, is salmon. Very good. And then you have a fish broth. I don't have any problem with that. My only question to the manufacturer would be what type of fish, okay? But so it's probably just, whatever they cook down. So from their various different types of flavors and stuff. Then you have chicken liver, chicken, brown rice, natural flavoring, and then guar gum. They use that as a binder. Powdered cellulose, sweet potatoes, sodium acid pyrophosphate, carrageenan. In cat food, people, like the true purists, try and stay away from carrageenan as a additive, but I have several really good brands that have it, so it's pretty common. And then you have taurine, which I really like. Potassium chloride, cassia gum. Cassia gum is basically tapioca. Okay, it's not needed. And then you have salt. Anytime you find, like you're reading the ingredient panel and you get down to salt, just know that anything after salt is going to be less than 1% of the balance of the ingredients. So after the salt, it's basically just all of the vitamins. Yeah, Jill, this is okay. I don't have any problems with that. I don't really care for the carrageenan, but we find that. The sodium acid pyrophosphate, I'd have to look that one up and see what they use it for. So, Christian, today we're talking about pet food. So I'll answer your Disney questions, but I might need to answer them after I answer these pet questions, okay? All right. Okay, let's see. What was this about? Bananas. Your dog loves bananas, so we give him a couple slices. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's fine. Yeah, a couple of slices. Yeah, a couple of slices, usually once a week, not a problem. I actually sell a product. I sell these. I'm going to have like all these products to put away. This is K9 Granola Factory, and these are their banana chips. So it's like a whole entire bag of dried banana chips. And then I sell their green bean chips too. And these green beans taste like, you remember that cereal when we were kids? The Super Golden Bear Super Sugar Crisp? This one is, this has green beans, canola oil, dextrin, and salt. That's all, and dextrin is just a sprinkle of sugar. Okay, that's all that's in these. So, but these green beans taste like that cereal. I have eat them. What's my opinion on the Farmer's Dog? I got no problem with Farmer's Dog. They do a great job. They're just expensive. Your local pet store will probably have the same thing. Yeah. So, but if you're ordering from the Farmer's Dog, everything I've seen on them is they've got really good food. So that's the gently cooked. So, yeah. What's the best treats for teeth? Best treats for teeth. You want things that are crunchy, that are going to kind of help scrape their teeth, okay? I like to use chicken necks, duck necks, turkey necks, freeze-dried, of course. I try not to use bones, okay? But I know when you have bigger dogs, that's hard because they go through these treats so fast. But let me show you my raw bar over here. And I'll show you some of my favorite treats for chewing, like dental. So first of all, these are the Whimsies, okay? So if we're talking about teeth, the Whimsies really are, if you can see the texture of those, they're made with glycerin, so they don't have a lot of fat. They're great for dogs that have like soft teeth, older dogs. They have health problems because they have very low fat. They don't have a lot in them, but they basically just freshen the breath. They're not actually going to clean the teeth. Now, something like this. This is a freeze-dried duck head. This is a duck neck. Okay. These are cowtails. All right, stuff like this. Things like bully sticks. And if I do bully sticks for teeth, I'm looking for the braided ones. Okay. I like braids because then it gets in between the teeth and gets them chewing. Try and avoid, again, hooves. You know, I give my dogs these. Opal loves these. These are no hides, kind of like a rawhide, but not a rawhide. They're made with all natural ingredients and they digest. But if you're looking for like dental chews, dental sticks, you know, Stella and Chewy's makes good ones. I've used the ones that are called, what are they called? They start with a C, and you can get those at like your basic like Walmart and Kroger and places like that. Just don't overdo them, okay? Because they tend to have like just, oh, I'm sorry. That was my bad. I hit the wrong button. Look at that. Not even at Disney, and you guys got a gimbal ride. So, yeah. Yeah, you take a picture of everything I've showed. Yeah, I can look, but do you know if Amazon has pretty much everything. Yeah. Though what you won't find on Amazon is like the From dog food, because they don't sell on Amazon. I know people who will use for their dog's teeth rope toys, and I am not a fan of rope toys, like at all. Okay? Rope toys are dangerous. Those the dogs make it their mission to get those thread fibers, you know, and like pull it out, but they swallow them and they can wrap around their colon. And then I'm sure Andrea has seen this in her job. So yeah. So watch the rope toys. Don't use those. They'll call them flossies and stuff like that. Don't fall for that hype. Have I experienced a dog losing their hair because of allergies? I haven't personally, but I help customers every day who have had that problem. And that is a thing, yes. Can you get those next at places like Targets or Publix? Probably. Oh, I'll tell you what else is great for teeth. I don't know why I didn't think of this. I'm off my game. Chicken feet. These are excellent. Excellent. They're like doggy toothpicks, okay? So chicken feet. I sell duck feet too, but the duck feet are webbed. So yeah, Andrea says rope toys are a nope toy. Amen, sister. So yes. And keep your fishing gear put away. Yes, exactly. Oh, they do. We don't know what possesses them, but they swallow the line, they swallow the hooks, they go after the bait, and you know, yeah. But chicken feet. You can get chicken feet at your grocery store, but they won't be dehydrated like this, okay? And I do know people that will feed raw chicken feet, and that's fine. But always, always, always wash your hands when you're handling this kind of stuff, okay? That goes for anything raw. Your dog loved the rope toys when he was younger to get the puppy teeth out. He chewed through everything as puppy. Yeah, it's just dangerous. So I'm going to steal that, Andrea. Rope toys are a nope toy. You've seen 2 cases at your job within 3 years of there being a surgery of taking out a hoof. Yeah. Painful. So painful. Yep. All right, let me pull this back up. Okay. What else you guys got? Let's see. My dogs get, what else do they get? I'm trying to think. Tonight they're having their kibble, and they're going to get some, tonight they're probably going to get some Essence, like limited ingredient food, because I had a can that was expired. So I'm like, oh, it's going home with us. So they're going to have that. And when I say it was expired, it just means its best by date had passed. So they have to eat all the stuff that I don't sell. And they do not mind. But while you guys are thinking, I'm going to run over and put this back in the freezer because I don't want it to thaw out. Are you having any Halloween Yes. So we're currently running a Halloween pet costume contest. So you have to be local to enter, sorry. But we're just doing it virtually online because that's easier. So you can go on our Facebook page, Hoof and Paw Pet Supplies, and upload a picture of your dog in a costume. And then we're gonna do a drawing for gift cards for to draw our winners. So yeah, so, and then next week we will be, the county animal shelter is having their annual, they call it the Halloween event, and we'll be set up as one of the vendors down there at the park. I forgot, I didn't see what she said. Your dog has bad allergies, but he's never got to the point of losing hair. You've always caught it just in time. Yeah. So my cocktail for those situations when the dogs are just, their skin allergies are so bad that they are losing their hair, I usually end up recommending kangaroo dog food, okay? And then I have them add fish oil to the diet and probiotics, okay? And they can do probiotics either in a powdered form, in a tablet. You can get it through goat's milk, but that's my cocktail for those really bad allergy dogs is a kangaroo diet. And the kangaroo food that you'll find is from a company called Signature. We sell it here. Signature with a Z, and that usually fixes those extreme allergy dogs. What foods are a no-no for dogs to eat? Okay, well, the list is probably a list that, you know, everybody that y'all have heard of. Of course, chocolate, that's the big one that everybody always says. But do you guys understand why chocolate is bad and what it does to the dog? When a dog consumes chocolate, there's an ingredient in the chocolate called bromine, okay? Theobromine, I think is what it's called. And it causes the dog's heart to accelerate, okay? And it gets to the point where the heart just can't take it, okay? So that's why chocolate is so dangerous for your dogs. And then depending on the type of chocolate that they have, the more dangerous it is. So if they get into, you know, like they get a couple bites of a milk chocolate Hershey bar, they're probably okay. If they get into your Baker's dark chocolate, you need to see your vet, like quickly. So of course, chocolate is bad, macadamia nuts, grapes, raisins, xylitol, which is an ingredient in chewing gum and toothpaste. That's a chemical that they are intolerant to. Gosh, those are the biggies. Yeah. You just take them to work and get a Cytopoint shot. Yeah. And then you use medicated antifungal shampoo. Yep. Cytopoint is a miracle worker. Yes. Buggy will give you his paw when you ask. Oh, you haven't tried fish oil? Yeah. The fish oil that we sell is called Ultra Oil, and it's actually a sardine, it's sardine, anchovy, and hemp. It does not smell nasty. You would think it would with the sardines and the anchovy, but it doesn't. Have you guys seen Pup Cup for dogs? Okay, this is one of our newer products. We've had it since the summer. Oh, this one must have fell and it cracked the lid. But this one is our original flavor. Okay, so this is like a little bit of a healthier version of whipped cream for dogs. We sell a ton of this. You would be able to find this in your local pet store. Your Jack Russell ate a half a box of Entenmann's chocolate chip cookies and she was just fine. Yeah, just had diarrhea. Yeah, so she didn't get enough. So Entenmann's probably used milk chocolate, semi-sweet milk chocolate, and they were just the little nuggets. So yeah, that's lucky. My Aussie, I had a miniature Aussie named Seth. He's passed away now. He was such a foodie. He got under the Christmas tree and found an entire box and ate an entire box of Russell, what is that company, the chocolate company? Russell Stover dark chocolate. I was like, great. And we were down at my mom and dad's house, 2 hours away from any kind of vet. I was like, all right, Bubby, get in the truck. So by the time I got him back here to Richmond, he was starting to throw up and get sick. So I took him home. It was 5 degrees outside because it was like right after Christmas or right before Christmas. I put him in the bathtub and I gave him 9 cc's of hydrogen peroxide. All that chocolate came back up. So saved myself about a $400 vet bill, but you know, I knew that I needed to get that chocolate out of his system before it digested. So, and then we did a follow-up vet visit. So always see your vet for that kind of stuff because, you know, they will have a treatment. Yeah. She ate a handkerchief. Oh my gosh. You had to give her the peroxide. Yeah. Always call your vet and get, you know, coaching on doing the peroxide trick. But I keep peroxide at my house for just that reason. Hi, Joseph Dion. How are you doing tonight? Oh, I would believe anything. I've seen dogs that eat golf balls. My cousin's dog ate monkey grass. Your 13-and-a-half-year-old female dog was diagnosed with diabetes. What food suggestions are good to have? She is currently having Hill's prescription diet, the WD. Okay, so John Pop, I never step on a vet's recommendation for a prescription food. Okay, I just don't. They know what they're doing. Okay, so with but just like us, a diabetic diet, you need as low of carbs as you possibly can. As far as commercial dog foods go, the best on the market for diabetic dogs is Origen, Origen. It has the lowest glycemic index, and you can find that at any of your better pet stores. And you can actually buy that one on Amazon now. Champion Pet Foods, the parent company, has finally partnered with Amazon. So as far as commercial dog foods go, and then just watch carbs. You want to keep the carbs as low as you possibly can. Yeah, which you probably already knew that. I'm not a big Hill's fan, Hill's Science Diet. I'm not a big fan of them, but their over-the-counter, like general pet food stores, are different than their prescription diet that you get through your vet's offices. We get people who come in here all the time that are looking to buy the prescription diet foods that they get at their vet's office. They want to get it from us because they think it'll be cheaper. I'm like, yeah, no, but we can't carry it. It's only with the vets because those diets are cultivated so specifically to address the health need that you wouldn't want like other dogs just randomly or people just randomly buying it and deciding, hey, I'm going to put my dog on a diet for kidney. You know, it's like there may be other ingredients that are not in those foods that, you know, a healthy dog would need. So the vet script diets are only available at your vet for that reason. I can't get them. People ask me all the time. Yep. You're welcome, John Pop. You doing okay? Let's see. I had a diabetic cat. I used to give her shots every day, and I kept a bottle of K-Ro syrup, light corn syrup, in my cabinet because she would sometimes just have a drop, and it was like, all right, I got to get this cat's blood sugar up. Royal Canin has a good diabetic diet, yeah, and that would be okay, that would make sense, Andrea. Yeah. And those are like the two big vet script dog foods are Hill's Science Diet and Royal Canin. Iams is in there too, but most of your vets are going to use one of those two brands. Yep. Don't fall for the over-the-counter stuff though with Royal Canin when they have this is our over-the-counter food for, or our general pet store food for dachshunds, and this is the one for Chihuahuas, and this is the one for a Maltese, and this is the one for a Yorkie. That's just marketing. They're all the same. Twice a day for insulin. Yep. Oh, yeah. I used to give, they told me to give my cat her shots in her ear. I could not do it. So I used to give her a can of food. And when she was eating her can of food, I would pick her foot up and I'd stick her in the bottom of her foot. It was so much easier for me. Okay, what else? Any other questions you all have? We have 42 people here. That's pretty amazing. And I keep getting hot and then cold and then hot and then cold. And I still hear Lindsay in the back room. So she's still doing Epcot. It's kind of like I'm not alone here. It's like Lindsay's here. I should leave all this out and Tessa will come in the morning and be like, what was she doing? You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, if this is helpful, I'm happy to do this. I feel like about once a month is a good amount of time. You tell her I heard her. A different topic. When is my next trivia show? So we did trivia last night. So we'll be back next Tuesday for that. And I'm thinking maybe next Tuesday we'll play bingo. So we'll kind of take a break from the trivia questions and we'll play bingo together because there's like some free online bingo card software. So we'll do that. But and then okay, so I will not be back to Florida this week. Okay, I am I'm working here all week. I'm working on Saturday. And then I'm working next week, but I will be back in Florida next Friday, which is Halloween. Your 3-year-old cat can get crystals real easy. Yeah, so I have to give him Royal Canin, the SO urinary cat food. Yes. Yeah, I know. That's, yeah. I would take some of that food and like wet it down with like some chicken broth or something and then like kind of like rebake it into a treat. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, just remember guys, no medical advice. I cannot give you medical advice. I would never want to jeopardize your pet's health, okay? But I can tell you like what are some of the products that I use, you know, that help with like general problems like allergies, weight, dental health, that sort of thing. Yeah. Yes, Andrea, message me anytime, girl. I get messages all the time. So you guys, my Instagram is DisneyGirlKim. Okay. So if you have specific pet questions and you want to make sure you get me, message me there. Hoof and Paw does have an Instagram as well, but you'll probably just get my social media manager if you send a message there. So if you have questions or you need some food advice, you know, hit me up at DisneyGirlKim. Otherwise, I'll be back to Florida next Friday for Halloween. It's going to be so much fun. You have a cat that has crystals and both of your cats did not like the SO, but they like the hills. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah. So we'll get back together. Let's see, this is October. So, we might have to do, well, we'll see if we can do it. We'll be pretty close to Thanksgiving if we do it around this time next month. So we might have to go like the week after Thanksgiving or something like that. But I'll try and schedule this pretty often. Keep in mind too that I'm going to be getting into my Christmas season and things are about to get really cray for me. So retail. Working retail. So yeah, but I had fun. This was great. I don't mind answering questions at all. It's what I do every single day. So, yep. B-I-N-G-O. Lane says B-I-N-G-O. All right. Well, I'm going to go home and feed my dogs because they're going to be like, Mom, you were supposed to get off work at 7. And I'm going to pop back over into Lindsay's stream. I should have set up the stream to send you guys over there. I didn't do that today. So, thank you, Kim. You're braver to be on stream when it deals with your pets. Just pop in and say, hey, this is Brett. You know, this is Kim on Brett's account. So we don't bite. We don't bite. I mean, if anything, I'm the poster child for saying dumb things on streams. So, you know, or in chats. Y'all never know what I'm going to come out with. All right. Thank you all so much. I will see you guys in Lindsay's chat. I'll be listening in on Janelle and Tanya tomorrow. Where's Tanya? She didn't stream again today, did she? But yeah, so I'll be in everybody else's chats as well. So good to see you guys. Hey, Luana. Good. Yes, Lori dropping Lindsay's stream link. All right, you guys. Everybody go over there and tell her that Disney Girl Kim says hello, and she'll be there as soon as she counts her cash drawer and locks her doors up. Have a good night, everybody. All right. I'll see you all later. Oh, she wasn't feeling well. Okay. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye. Oh, do I know any dog's foods without chicken? Yes, many. From has chicken-free varieties. Signature has chicken-free varieties. Acana is another one. Acana. Stella and Chewy's. There's several without chicken. So yes, they are definitely out there. Mm-hmm. Jill, you can send me a message. We can talk more about that. All right. Good night, everybody. See you later. Bye.